Tropico 6 is the sixth installment of the series where you play as a dictator of an inconsequential island somewhere in the world. Despite having played all the Tropico games, I will not compare them to each other in this review. Well, maybe a little bit, but not by much. As honestly, all the way since Tropico 3, Tropico games have been you lose some, you gain some. So let's start with the minuses. This is a big one. There is currently no save function in multiplayer. While I personally never played Tropico multiplayer, if Tropico multiplayer is specifically something that you enjoy in your Tropico games, currently avoid this one like fire. UI. It's pretty hard to read what you're looking for when you're looking for specific information. For example, here's my homeless Tropicans screen. I can discard broke Tropicans as being homeless due to being unable to afford housing. If you can see, I have more houses than Tropicans, meaning that there's a few reasons why they're homeless. The game counts criminals in prison as being homeless and they're a prisoner, which is honestly a pretty bad thing in its own. Or there's not enough available housing specifically where they want to live. Where do they want to live? How am I supposed to know? So one way to find out is to follow all of the homeless families one by one back to their homes, shacks, and build a house directly next to their shacks. Sometimes they don't even have a shack, they just wander around the world, which makes it really a guessing game. When my goal is to improve the quality of housing for everyone, lack of such crucial information makes it a right pickle. Another example, this is a religious satisfaction screen. Multiple buildings are at about the same distance from the religious buildings, however some of them are more unsatisfied than others and I have no idea why. Road laying. Road laying really kills the game for me. Just look at this nonsense. Unlike in city skylines, you cannot choose to have your road go straight. It will always attempt to bend. Any bigger hill as well and you just can't do a road on it. Neutrals. Some will consider this a minus, but Tropico 6 has lost its campaign mode. Now instead of a singular tightly connected storyline, you have missions where your right-hand man is reminiscing about your past accomplishments. There's still story and each mission is satisfyingly long, but it's not the same as having a campaign where your islands carry over level to level. It does add some cheaty shortcuts that otherwise as a player you wouldn't take, such as once when my goal was to reach 100,000 money to win the game, I just borrowed 50,000 from the bank and the game considered this to be valid. That being said, this is precisely how Tropico 1 to 3 functioned, so you can call it a minus or you can call it a plus and say that Tropico's coming back to its roots. Pluses. Okay, I'm on a 970 currently, so my hardware is not that weak, as I didn't push the game to max graphics settings as well, but Tropico 6 runs very smooth for me. On Tropico 5 and Tropico 4 releases, I struggled to run them both, so this is a vast improvement. You can finally control how many inhabitants your island can have. You're not capped at 2,000 anymore, you can raise that cap yourself. I chose to cap myself at 5,000. I believe you can raise it to about 10, maybe 15,000? Don't remember the metric right now, but it's higher than 2,000 people. I do like the return of Presidente's speeches. It was a fun mechanic that I really missed. However, you win some, you lose some. We're missing natural disasters again, for example. The multiple islands mechanic and the zoom in, zoom out of map view is very nice in my opinion. It does add some freshness into the game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Tropico 6 is selling itself on the fact that every mission has a map made out of multiple islands rather than one island. Missions are actually difficult, but this will depend on who you are. I've known people to breeze through them, but for me doing 3 of them so far took me 20 hours. I failed the pirate map with no resources on it several times. Some missions will start you off with an island that will hemorrhage money very fast, so you gotta identify the problems and fix them before you can become even marginally stable. Some islands will feel pretty easy though, once again it depends how experienced you are. Overall, for me Tropico 6 is fun. It is actually one of the games that I awaited the most in 2019. It feels like it's just more Tropico, which is a good thing if you like Tropico. I like Tropico. Realistically, Tropico gets a score from me that's between 6 and 7 out of 10. I would say that it's a 7, but that's due to the fact that I'm not using the multiplayer with no save function. It is a bit buggy, and it feels a bit like it could use some more polish. I lucked out and got Tropico 6 for £25. For that price, I'm very happy with it. However, I don't think I can recommend it at £40 price tag that it usually has, despite thinking that it's a good game overall myself.